This video is part 1 of explaining how the Edge of 86 season works. I'll be covering the Conquest Expansion and Miraca shop, the Prohibition Era, and the different types of buildings and NPCs on the map in this video. I won't be covering the Alliance campaign and a few more things in this video. I'll cover them in part 2 or part 3. Before we continue, I want to talk about the sponsor of this video, the Huawei App Gallery and the Ants Underground Kingdom. The Ants Underground Kingdom is an amazing MMORTS game where you get to have your own ant colony. You can grow this colony by training ants that'll fight by your side. Take them into battle to defeat other colonies and plunder their resources. Now, if you're interested in this game, now is the best time to download it from the Huawei App Gallery because they're currently having a special offer for the following countries. If you click my link in the pinned comment, you'll be able to claim 3 free coupons for this game up to the 31st of January 2023. The first coupon can be claimed only once and can be used for making purchases above 599 euros, meaning it doesn't include 599 euro purchases. The second one can be claimed daily for purchases over 1199 euros, and the third one weekly for purchases over 119.99 euros. They're only giving out 800 of these coupons, so claim them as soon as possible to not miss out. After that, follow the steps at the bottom of the page to get your rewards. Using my link also helps support the channel, so be sure to do that. Thank you, and let's get back to the video. Let's talk about the Conquest Expansion Event. There is the 7-day Conquest Expansion Event, which is similar to the Conquest Expansion Event of other seasons. This event has 3 stages. The first stage lasts for 1 day at least and gives your city points for building lookout towers and completely gathering tiles on the map. You can get 5,000 silver coins if your city gets at least 1 million points, and if you help build lookout towers for over 30 minutes, you'll get an extra 10,000 points. But you won't get any coins if your city doesn't reach the 1 million point milestone. The second stage gives you points for freighting and pillaging moonshine in the cartel bootlegging event, and also for building lookout towers. Again, just like the previous stage, your city needs to score at least 1 million points for you to get silver coins from this stage. You get 10,000 silver coins if your city reaches 1 million points, and 20,000 extra coins if you complete at least 10 moonshine freighting and pillaging tasks before the stage ends. Then the next stage lets you kill up to 50 street forces daily to get 100 gold coins per kill, so in total you can get 5,000 gold coins daily from street forces during this stage. You can also get extra gold coins by selling items that you don't need from your inventory, like gem boxes and gem coupons. If your city gets a total of 2 million points during this stage, you'll get a 15% hospital capacity buff throughout the event, and your mayor will get to pick a color for your city. There's the Miraca City shop, which is similar to the Conquest Expansion shops of other seasons, where you can use your silver and gold coins to buy various items. During this event, you can get a total of 60,000 silver coins, and there's no cap on the amount of gold coins you can get. You get 15,000 silver coins from the first stage, 30,000 from the second, and you can buy an extra 15,000 silver coins using gold coins from the Miraca shop. If you're able to get 60,000 silver coins during this event, then I would recommend buying the Golden Roadster point using silver coins if you don't already have the Hellfire Roadster. So that's about the Conquest Expansion event. The other event that happens during the first week is the Prohibition Era event. I already made a video about this event, so you can check that out if you want a detailed guide about it. But it's basically an event where you get confiscated goods for attacking street forces, mercenaries, and bootleggers in search zones. You get season points and conquest coins whenever you collect certain amounts of confiscated goods during this event. These confiscated goods can also be sold for extra rewards during the event. There's also the War Drill event, which is similar to the War Drill of any other season. There's also the Alliance campaign event, for which I'll be making a separate video in the future since I still need to figure out how it works. Now let's quickly talk about resources. The Edge of 86 map has two resources, Moonshine and Debt. Moonshine is what you'll be using for your personal research, while Debt is required for building towers and clan buildings. Now let's talk about the Edge of 86 map. There are three types of production buildings on the map: hop plants, malt factories, and brick wineries. Inside the safe zones you have one Class 1 hop plant, one Class 1 malt factory, and one Class 1 brick winery. Class 1 buildings have a production speed of 125 per hour and a storage capacity of 1000. This means that a Class 1 hop plant will produce 125 hops per hour, a Class 1 malt factory will produce 125 malts per hour, and a Class 1 brick winery will produce 125 grape bricks per hour. Once the amount produced reaches 1000 in each of these plants, production will stop until you claim them since the storage capacity is 1000. Class 2 production buildings have a speed of 208 per hour and a storage capacity of 1800. Class 3 production buildings have a production speed of 333 per hour and a storage capacity of 3000. Apart from the production buildings, there are also processing or sale buildings on the map. The speakeasy bars let you sell beer and the bootleg markets let you sell wine. The processing plants let you process hops, malts, and grapes into beer and wine. Each safe zone has one Class 1 speakeasy bar, bootleg market, and processing plant, while the outer areas have Class 2 and 3 of these buildings. Class 1 speakeasy bars have a daily sales cap of 400 beer sales per day. Class 2 bars have a cap of 800, and Class 3 bars have a cap of 1,200 per day. Class 1 bootleg markets have a daily sales cap of 800 wine sales per day. Class 2 markets have a cap of 1,000, and Class 3 markets have a cap of 2,000 per day. Class 1 processing plants have a daily processing cap of 900 per day, Class 2 plants have a cap of 1,200 per day, and Class 3 plants have a cap of 2,000 per day. In the processing plants, you can process grape bricks into wine, and you can process hops and malts into beer. You need one grape brick to make one wine, and it initially takes about 34 seconds to make one wine, but as you make progress in the season event, this time can go down. The lowest I've seen so far is 8 seconds for one wine. Beers also require the same amount of time as wine. However, you need two ingredients, that is one hop and one malt, to make one beer. You can process and sell your beer and wine by going to the Prohibition Era page and then going to the contraband sales section. Selling at the bootleg market will give you 5 alliance funds per sale, while selling at the speakeasy bar will only give you 1 alliance funds per sale. The amount of personal funds that you gain from both are exactly the same. So I would recommend that you first sell all of your items at the bootleg market, and once you hit the limit, you can start selling them at the speakeasy bar. This way you'll get the maximum number of alliance funds possible. There's also the market, which lets you trade with other players on the same season map. You can sell your drinks at this market if you've already hit the daily limit for the bootleg market and speakeasy bar. However, it seems like you can only do a maximum of 5 trades at this market per day. So that is about the production and processing and sale buildings. Now let's talk about the NPCs on the map. The season map has special NPCs like the Chief of Police, Chief Justice, and the Mayor. You can bribe these people daily to get some extra buffs as rewards. For example, bribing the Chief of Police will give you buffs like increasing hops, malt, and grape production, reduction of losses in cartel bootlegging, and a 5% attack and defense buff on the season map. You can pick any one of these 5 buffs every time the trust level of your Chief of Police increases. I'd recommend bribing the maximum amount to increase the trust level as quickly as possible. For a level 1 Chief of Police, the maximum bribe amount is only 2,000 moonshine, for level 2 it is 2,600, and for level 3 it is 3,200. So it seems to go up by 600 per level, which isn't a lot. You can only bribe these NPCs 3 times a day. So that's all I'll be covering in this video. I'll also make a part 2 soon where I'll cover topics that I haven't already covered in this video. Be sure to check my link in the description for the Ants Underground Kingdom. Before I end this video, I'd like to thank all of my patrons for the support. Thanks for watching the video guys, and I will see y'all in the next one.